We are out here advocating for change because of this Capitol's failure to do our primary job by keeping us safe.
Backing down, more than 3,000 students, teachers, and parents rallied outside the state capitol today in Tallahassee, calling out lawmakers and blaming them for the lack of gun control laws. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeannie Blaylock.
And I'm Anthony Austin. Today's rally comes exactly 1 week after that deadly school shooting at Stoneman Douglas High in Parkland. And today's protest in Tallahassee was just one of many held across the U.S. From South Florida to Kentucky to Illinois. Thousands of students took to the streets to protest gun violence.
We have live team coverage for you tonight. And let's start with Heather Crawford, who is in Tallahassee. Heather?
Jeannie, with just 11 days left in the Florida legislative session, a lot of students, hundreds of them, descended on the state capitol today demanding action. Many of them survivors of that school shooting 1 week ago today. Now, one lawmaker told me in his 20 years here working at the state capitol, he has never seen a student-led rally like the one that took place today. Hundreds turned out demanding change. And while they were outside at the Never Again rally, inside, survivors of that school shooting were meeting with lawmakers, sharing their impassioned stories, pleading for change. They want to see gun control measures. And I met Tyra Heeman. She is a senior at Douglas School where this mass shooting happened a week ago. She was at school when she heard gunfire last Wednesday and ran for her life. She made it home safely, but two of her friends and her beloved coach did not survive. And so this week she's been going to funerals. And last night she got on a bus, boarded it, and drove 7 hours here to Tallahassee to try and push for change. She told me her generation is the generation that's going to spark change, and the time for change is now.
Friend Joaquin was shot in the head running for his life, and knowing that that is how he died, walking into his funeral, seeing that they had to put a baseball cap over his head because they couldn't show his hair. Knowing that that is why I'm here makes me happy, because I know that I'm here for my friends. I'm here because Joaquin and Meadow never will ever get to walk the stage, but I'm going to walk it for them. I'm going to get their high school diploma for them, and I'm going to make sure their lives matter.
Now on Tuesday, she and her classmates will return to school at Douglas High School. She told me she's going to go back to school with her head held high because she knows that her friends who did not survive would want her to continue her education. Continuing our live team coverage from Tallahassee now is my colleague Jeff Val. And Jeff, these students really getting a real life lesson today in politics. And the big question now is, will they see change?
Yeah, that is the big question indeed, Heather. Some of the words outside the State House were harsh. Some of the words inside perhaps even more so. While thousands of folks rallied outside on the lawn, dozens and dozens of survivors of last week's shooting in Parkland made it clear that they won't let their friends' deaths be in vain, just as that young lady was talking about. They even fired a warning shot of their own.
The people around us failed us, and if they continue to fail us, then they will no longer be in office, because soon we will be given the ability to vote, and we will vote them out, and the people around us will vote them out.
Now, right now, those students are in the final meeting of their day, that with Governor Scott. They've been meeting with high-ranking state officials all day long. Those meetings closed to the media. When that finishes about 7:30, we're told they will begin their long 7-hour journey home back to Parkland tonight. We are live here at the Capitol. I'm going to send it back over to Heather now.
Jeff, thanks so much. And survivors of the school shooting told me today that the Never Again movement doesn't stop here. They said this is just the beginning, the first step in sparking change that they so desperately want to see. A lot of the students who are here today plan to make their way to Washington, D.C. next month for the March for Our Lives gun reform rally. That is the latest from Tallahassee. Heather Crawford, First Coast News, on your side.